You're listening to the Daily Sales Tips Podcast, and I'm your host, Scott Ingram. Preparing for my conversation with Stephen Holgate and the webinar we did together yesterday for Dale Carnegie brought me back to what just might be my all-time favorite clip from one of my all-time favorite guests on the Sales Success Stories podcast. This comes from Trong Nguyen, who originally talked with me in episode 25 of that podcast. Trong is a true enterprise sales professional. He was the #1 global account manager when he was at Dell and did some truly game-changing deals in his time with Microsoft. He even wrote 2 books about some of those experiences in winning the cloud and winning the bank. Here's what he had to say at the end of our first interview.
What I challenge our listeners to do is kind of think about 3 things. First, treat sales as a craft and art, right? I treat it as a craft and art. And every day I think about, how do I hone this craft? How do I make myself better at it? You're an artist, actors do it, athletes do it, the highest level performers do it. They treat whatever it is their specialty is as really an art and craft. And I want all of our listeners, your listeners, Scott, to kind of treat sales as a craft, because I do. The second thing that I would challenge them to do is think about how you can make a difference with your customers, because it really starts with that. When you can make a massive difference with your customers, that's how you win, right? So think about, how do you kind of build those blocks to get there? And the last thing is, never stop learning. Always be a sponge. I go try to learn something new every day. I'm reading something all the time. I'm learning from people, different mediums, but never stop learning, because that's how you truly get better.
If you want more from Trong, you can find 3 of his stories in the first Sales Success Stories book. And if you haven't yet joined the listener list, you absolutely should. When you do, I'll send you the video of your choice from the first Sales Success Summit. And one of those options is Trong's presentation on how to crack the largest enterprise customers. You can find links to all that stuff and join the listener list at dailysales.tips/123. Then come back tomorrow for another killer sales tip.